Hello, everyone, and welcome to Community Spotlight, exclusively here on RCN. Glad you could join us. I'm Dan Mowdy. Well, an idea that blossomed 5 years ago is now ready for its first anniversary. We're talking about the Lehigh Valley Yoga Festival. It'll be taking place for another great year at Moravian College, and we're very happy to have a whole panel of guests here to talk about the great events that will be going on July 14th. It's a Saturday from 8 a.m. to 7:30. Joining us for this edition of Community Spotlight is the creative director of Easton Yoga. We welcome aboard Alicia Rambo. Alicia, welcome to Community Spotlight.
Thank you for having us.
And representing Bethlehem. Not just the Loft, but the whole of Bethlehem, of course. We have Rachel Abott. She is a director and teacher at Yoga Loft of Bethlehem. Rachel, welcome to Community Spotlight.
Thank you.
And returning to talk about this wonderful 5 years that just keeps on getting bigger and better is Prabha Sinha, the executive director and yoga and mindfulness teacher, also very instrumental in the Pratyush Sinha Foundation. Prabha, welcome to Community Spotlight.
Thank you for having us.
And welcome back. Take us back, ladies, if you would, to your first experiences in the world of yoga. And Prabha, if we can maybe kick things off with you.
Sure. So my yoga journey started years and years ago. Actually, I was born in the land where yoga comes from. So I got it as my heritage, but I didn't really practice yoga till I came to the United States. And that too, I got into the physical practice of yoga only after a brain surgery. So in 2005. And after that, I started going to yoga studios to do yoga in the Lehigh Valley. Those days, I had no idea there was Easton Yoga. I only knew Open Heart Yoga in Trexlertown, so that's where it was near where I lived. And I started it, and I fell in love with it. And after that, I didn't need to go to the gym anymore. So it became a lifestyle. So, it's always been my spiritual practice, but it also became a physical practice after that for me. And today, I couldn't have at that time foreseen that today I would be behind an organization that's taking yoga and mindfulness into schools and also teaching myself and organizing this Lehigh Valley Yoga Festival with friends and supporters like I have right here.
Fantastic. And you mentioned a story that I think is probably fairly common to a lot of folks that take up yoga. There's great, not just enjoyment, but in some cases even recovery that can be associated with the practice, it sounds like. Very good.
Yeah, I'll be going back to that.
Sounds
shortly.
Good. Very good. And Rachel, how about yourself? How did you come to find yoga, or did yoga find you?
I think it found me. My first yoga classes were in the basement of a corporation that my husband worked for several years ago, actually with Megan, who's one of the teachers at the festival this year. And kind of the reverse of Prabha, I was looking for a physical practice, something to kind of stay in shape, improve my flexibility. But then I continued taking more and more classes, and it just expanded to start impacting every area of my life. So I signed up for teacher training at the Yoga Loft just for myself, never expecting to actually become a yoga teacher. But fast forward to today, and here I am teaching and owning a studio, and it's a huge part of my life now.
Fantastic. Was it a case where the certification courses were just the one thing that you hadn't tried yet or mastered at that point and decided to jump in that way?
I just wanted to dive deeper into the practice. To learn more and just do more physically and spiritually, and just do an immersion for myself. Yeah. Fantastic.
And Alicia, how about yourself? Did yoga find you, or did you find it?
Yeah, I kind of fell into it a little bit. And when I was younger, I was at community college, started back after my daughter was born, and so I was a new mom and started back to take classes, and I needed to take a physical education requirement. And I had a choice between golf and volleyball or yoga, and I kind of think I know what yoga's about, and ended up choosing that one. And it kind of changed my life, and that was very rural New Jersey. So then when I moved to Easton, I had a shoulder injury, so yoga became my recovery. And then about a year after starting with my teacher, who was Michael Lear, he started Easton Yoga, and then I took it over about a year and a half in. So he wanted to travel more and do other things, so it was a good job. It's a great job, and now I get to work with amazing people, just not only at my studio, but on events like this. When Prabha first, I don't know, was it? It was Joanne. Yeah, Joanne Temple, who helped us start this program. It was just kind of like, this has to happen, and so there was the 5 of us, I think, that were really got to make it happen.
Fantastic. So, and maybe you can take us back 5 years ago, the inspiration to have more than just studios in the Lehigh Valley. Let's all get together and put together a festival. It must have been a neat convergence of efforts.
Yeah, so actually there were 4 of us.
4 of us.
It was Alicia, Joanne Temple, who's been here before, and Deva, she's been here also. So the 4 of us basically that said, okay, let's go with it. We had a lot of people that were interested in joining forces, but nobody has the time because life gets in the way, But the 4 of us made it happen. Alicia was a big part of it. We were in Easton, but after doing it 2 years in Easton, we needed more space. We had outgrown the space. Plus, our goal was to bring the whole Lehigh Valley community together, plus the outskirts. And we wanted a central location. And Moravian was available. They were open. So we jumped right in there. And that's where we've been. This will be our 3rd year at Moravian. So our 5th year anniversary we'll be celebrating at Moravian College. And this year we're in a brand new building, the Health Sciences building. If you haven't checked that building out, it's amazing. 3 floors of space that we have available for us, and it's all glass, so open, really open, spacious, a lot of light.
It sounds terrific, and what a great marriage too, a health and wellness building and a yoga festival.
Yes.
Nice. We're going to talk more about some of the great features, some of the new additions this year to the yoga festival. If you can name a certain style of yoga, chances are you will encounter it at the Lehigh Valley Yoga Festival. Stay with us, and we'll talk more about this great event happening Saturday, July 14th from 8 till 7:30 p.m. at Moravian College in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Stay with us. Sure to mark your calendars. It's Saturday, July 14th in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, a beautiful city, especially that time of year. Moravian College is also outstanding. And make sure you make some travel plans if you are from outside of the Lehigh Valley area in Pennsylvania, but it's very convenient to get to. We're very happy to have with us 3 representatives of the folks that are putting on this wonderful all-day event from 8 till 7:30. Alicia Rambo at Easton Yoga. Rachel Abott at Yoga Loft of Bethlehem. Prabha Sinha is the Executive Director of Yoga and Mindfulness, Yoga and Mindfulness teacher at Pratyush Sinha Foundation. And later on we'll be meeting up with Peter Bond. He's a board member and mindfulness teacher for the Pratyush Foundation. Ladies, we're going to show a little bit about what folks would expect when they arrive at 8 in the morning or later to enjoy the Yoga Festival. Here's how it went last year at the 2017 edition of the Lehigh Valley Yoga Festival. And while we show this great video that you put together over the past year, let's talk a little bit about the theme for this year's festival.
Yeah. So our theme this year is intersection of yoga and medicine. So as yoga teachers, yoga studio owners, what we find is that people are coming through the doors that have all kinds of conditions, and they're being referred to yoga studios by doctors, therapists, and from our experience, we know how it impacts our lives and health, and not just the physical health, but also the mental health. So our goal from the beginning has been about yoga for everybody. And this intersection of yoga and medicine is a big part of it. So that's why we decided to make that the focus, still continuing with community gathering together to focus on health and wellness.
Very good.
And then the festival actually supports the Pratyush Sinha Foundation, and 100% of the proceeds go to fund our work in the community.
Fantastic. And we'll see a video of the great work that's being done in the public schools. So nice that the medical world is accepting yoga as its therapeutic benefits for medical situations, chronic issues as well. And so nice, too, that the public schools have opened the doors up to the Pratyush Foundation so that instructors can work with kids of all descriptions in helping their mindfulness and also their fitness as well, I would think. Fantastic. What are some of the programs that are being woven into this year's Lehigh Valley Yoga Festival when it comes to the theme this year?
We're adding in, rather than just doing more active yoga classes. So we're weaving in gentle yoga classes. There's a chair yoga class. There's a yoga for bigger bodies, for people to get the experience that yoga isn't just what you see on the magazine covers. It's much broader of a topic than that, and it can offer so much more benefit. And something that I come back to regularly as, I get a little older is that it's something that I take with me. It's a longevity practice. Absolutely. It's not about getting your leg behind your head. It's not about getting upside down. It's really about taking care of this body. It's a form of self-care and health-care.
Absolutely. And there's so many benefits there. I often tell my friends, being a 50-something, if something doesn't hurt on you, then you didn't play hard enough as a kid. So I'm sure I can relate to what you were just mentioned about, later on in life, things are a little different. Flexibility is really a key to longevity.
And we have some really great teachers, teachers with 30 years of experience, doctors, people who are doing lectures, sound healing. It's a really broad spectrum.
Fantastic. And really for a very low cost, it sounds like, that folks can enjoy the programs no matter what age group you belong in, whether you're in a healing process or not. If you'd like to learn more about mindfulness, there are great programs for all of these things.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I personally am most excited about, is the mindfulness aspect of both the festival and the foundation that the festival is supporting. It teaches us to take that moment to pause when something happens in our daily lives, so that instead of a knee-jerk reaction to something, we can consciously decide how to respond. And I think that's so important, especially for the kids in the schools to learn. We want them to grow up with this kind of embedded as just naturally how they respond to people.
So beneficial at every age for so many circumstances. Absolutely. You don't leave people hungry at the yoga festival. It's a long day, and it's nice that you're thinking about making sure that they're able to absorb everything with a great meal.
So this year, as included in the ticket, and the advanced ticket is $55, but it also includes a free meal. There's 2 meal options. When people go to buy the ticket online, they get to select 2 vegan meals, so both are vegan. And healthy options. We will have a food truck there, which is homemade foods, delicious food that a local yoga teacher makes. So that option will be there too for people that want to eat more or later, because we are there all day.
Fantastic. And we talked about mindfulness being at the forefront when it comes to health and wellness with yoga woven in. I imagine there are other programs there and other styles of yoga for this event.
Oh yeah, there'll be something for everybody. Like I mentioned before, we'll be doing chair yoga. There'll be meditation practices, mindfulness practices, the sound healing.
We have taught Ayurveda talk.
Oh, right, yes.
And, in Ayurveda, which is a sister science of yoga, food is regarded as medicine, and medicine is food. So that's another offering. There's a lot of music options. We actually have 2 artists, who are world-renowned artists from India, who are going to be performing at the festival.
Nice.
So a lot of options. We have a Buddhist monk who's going to lead a meditation, loving kindness meditation. So there's, for somebody even in a wheelchair, they will find classes that they can participate in.
Fantastic. And it's a case where you do not leave the kids at home, right?
No, we've reintroduced kids activities, yeah.
Fantastic. And certain classes will be kind of for kids?
Yes, yes. And we're actually collaborating with the Wildlands Conservancy, and they're going to be bringing some furry friends, feathery friends to introduce to the kids.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Are they certified in yoga? I'm only kidding.
Actually, the person who's bringing the furry, feathery friends just got certified from the Yoga Loft.
How about that?
Cool. Yeah.
Fantastic. There's a recurring theme here.
Yeah.
Saturday, July 14th is the date. It's at Moravian College in Bethlehem from 8 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. When we come back, Peter Bond will be joining us. We'll be having an exercise in mindfulness, and we'll see a very important video on exactly what the Pratyush Foundation is all about. We have a video of the seminars and the actual practices that go on in the public schools. Stay with us here on Community Spotlight. The Lehigh Valley Yoga Festival. So much to talk about, so little time. It's July 14th, a Saturday at Moravian College, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, 8 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Go to LehighValleyYogaFestival.com for the info. Peter Bond, welcome to Community Spotlight. He is a director and board member and mindfulness teacher of the Pratyush Sinha Foundation. Peter, tell us a little bit about your involvement with yoga and how it all got started for you.
Great. So with the foundation, I'm a mindfulness instructor. So we go into high schools, elementary schools in the Allentown School District, and bringing kind of tools and techniques that young people can use to kind of manage stress and help kind of promote relaxation.
Fantastic. You were in the public schools here. We're kind enough to present a videotape. We're going to take a look at that in a bit to show the actual work in progress that the Pratyush Foundation has done and brought to the public schools. But I also understand that you came equipped to give folks a taste of what the Lehigh Valley Yoga Festival will have in the way of mindfulness.
Yeah, great. We're going to do a short little mindfulness exercise as well.
Fantastic. Is it a participation event?
Yeah, it's great. Great.
Feel free to get us started.
Excellent. So what we're going to do is just sit a little bit upright if we can. We want to be comfortable, but a little bit upright too. And begin with, we're going to close our eyes if you feel comfortable with it. Your hands can be wherever is comfortable. You look great. And to begin with, we're just going to focus in on our own breath and see if we can just focus in on 3 breaths. See if we can just observe our inhalation and our exhalations. Great, and then we can take our right hand and we'll just put it right in the center of our chest and see if we can just focus our attention just right where our hand and our heart connect. See if you can feel any sensations, maybe a little bit of warmth in your hand, your heart area. And then I want you to think about someone or something in your life that brings you a lot of joy, a lot of good feelings. And we're going to see if we can picture this person or this activity in as much detail as possible. I want you to see if you can focus on the good feelings that thinking about this person or this activity brings up. Then I want you to imagine you could just send all those good feelings right back to yourself and kind of just shower yourself in those good feelings. Just see if you can feel those feelings radiating throughout your whole body. And then to close, we'll take a nice deep inhale through our nose and exhale out our mouth. And you can slowly relax your concentration and open your eyes.
Wow. I have 3 more shows to do today. I'm not sure I'm going to make it. That was fantastic. That really is just an amazing effect in a short amount of time that you were allotted, Peter. Thank you very much for that. Well done. We're taking a look at the information that is so vital right now. You've got a few weeks to respond, but the sooner the better. Prabha, I understand there are inspirations for getting on board early for the Yoga Festival this year.
Yes, so there's a discounted ticket of $55 with a free meal included with every ticket. Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So a good inspiration there to get online and make sure you get registered, because it's a very popular event and it seems to be growing each and every year.
Yes, we're really lucky to have the community support that we get. And yeah, it's exciting.
Let's take a look at the practice in the public schools. This is the Pratyush Foundation, the great work that is done. Pratyush Sinha Foundation in the schools, and it is amazing what kids of all ages and all ranges get out of the in-school programs that you provide.
Right. So this is actually what you're seeing on the screen is actually a special needs classroom. So we are, in this particular school, we are in every classroom in that school, including the special needs. And as you can see, those kids participate fully, they're engaged, they're focused and relaxed. So definitely great program.
Fantastic. And we wish we had more time. It was a great video that Peter shot. Peter, thank you so much for that. Truly an hour's worth at least to give an idea of what you'll find at the Lehigh Valley Yoga Festival. It's Saturday, July 14th, 8 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Thank you one and all for being here, and Alicia too. Thank you very much. So hope you can all make that. And thanks for joining us tonight on Community Spotlight. Good night, everybody.